Hi, David Odell here with Odell Complete Concrete. I actually worked at this home about a year ago, and now we're here for the second phase. And this is the entire area that we'll be doing. The porch is going to stay in, all the brick is coming out, brick planters, all the concrete around it, it's coming out. We're going to change the shape of that raised planter where the trees are, but all these other planters are going to be gone, completely gone. Solid concrete. Air conditioner got moved as well. That'll get put back in after the concrete goes in. So what we're doing first off on the removal is separating the materials. The brick is going to go to basically a landfill. The concrete will get recycled, so it's two different loads, two different materials. Pricing's different on disposal. The block column is going to be in your concrete load. The tree will go, and bushes will go mixed with the brick load. Portion of this wall is coming out as well right here. Because the whole idea of this is eventually you're going to drive right through here. And you can actually get an RV into this area. That's the Vermeer CTX 100 with a Erskine breaker on attachment. So it came out pretty easily. There was no steel reinforcement in there, so that saves you about, about half the time. So that brick planter was sitting on top of the old patio, and the patio actually protruded further in to the planter space. They just put dirt over the top of it. In place of the raised brick, we're going to just do a poured in place 6-inch wide, 6-inch high curb. This is going to be color concrete. We're going with a silver smoke made from Davis, and it's an integral color that gets added to the concrete truck. Also, we're going to stamp this one. It's going to be the Belgium slate pattern, seamless texture. It's kind of a medium impression. It's not a real heavy and it's not real light. It's kind of right mid-range. Now I've got the laser level out here, and I'm just checking elevations to see where everything's going to drain to. Because initially a lot of the water drained through the brick and into the soil, but we don't have brick now, so the water's got to really go somewhere. And we found that the driveway elevation is about 4 inches higher than the patio at the other end, which I did a year ago. There's the top of curb. Back side. Now here's your front side of curb face. And this entire curb is also sloped from the left to the right, coming towards us. So the water comes away from the house, hits this curb, and since we've set the forms on the curb sloped in one direction, it'll actually act as a flow line. That little box out in the middle there, that's going to be a water feature. He's going to go ahead and build up off the edge of that curb in that area with block and put a water fountain in there. He actually put all the plumbing in there and electric over to there after we got the removal done. He came in, the actual homeowner, and trenched from the garage to the planter. Also pulled a water line over there and a conduit for electric to run the fountain. Threw a little bit of base in here, and then we're going to compact it. And that base is just recycled concrete, old concrete that was crushed up. Looks like it was also crushed with some asphalt as well. We found a clean out that he didn't know was in here. So that's where that little wood frame box out is against the house. That was actually underneath everything. It was underneath, might have been underneath the AC actually. Here's your reinforcement. This is a 3/8 inch diameter fiberglass rod. And that means it's never going to rust. It'll always be what it is, no matter where it is. Also, we're going to add fiber mesh into the load, and I add that by hand when the truck arrives. Here's your screed boards being set up. It's just a straight slope right to that curb. Then the curb takes it on out. We ran out of a couple fiberglass rods there that we'll put in on pour day. But we use steel on the curb itself, a little bit stronger than the fiberglass, especially because we got all those trees back there that may try to push against this. And with that rebar we have suspended in there, that'll give it some more strength. Martin's concrete pumping has arrived on the job site. Concrete trucks arrived, CMEX. And I'm dropping the ladder right here because I got to go up. I've got the fiber mesh in the bucket. And I think this was about 6 yards, so I'm basically only doing about 3 pounds fiber mesh in here. And this will be a light gray when it's cured out, but you can see it goes in pretty dark at this point. That's a 6-foot long Milwaukee red stick. It's actually designed to level the concrete and rod the concrete off at the same time. This is a tricky one to cut up to get your joint pattern in the right places because there's so many different crack points. You got the corner of the house, 2 corners on the porch, 2 corners on the fountain area, and you got a corner at the garage, and there's another corner over there as well. We have an interesting grid we put on this to catch every corner. 4-foot wide magnesium bull float with a rocker arm on it. So basically who we have here, we have Carlos, and then we have my brother Doug, and then myself, and then my son. That's the whole crew. Here's your magnesium funny float going on it. Carlos is down there stripping the form on this curb face. We're going to stamp the side of this curb face also, and the top. Now this is our second pass going down this curb face. See, that 5-inch wide trowel works pretty good on these 6-inch curb faces. Once you run your cove tool and your top toolers, you just got to wipe out a couple lines in the middle. Here's the Belgium slate seamless texture, and we're using mineral spirits as our release agent. Alright, here's the next day. And now laying out the cuts was kind of tricky because we have all these crack points. So we just did angles all over the place because that's where the concrete's going to crack. There's a DeWalt cordless vacuum. We've got the Medusa from Skillsaw. Cutting about 1 inch deep here. You notice a lot of times when you cut concrete the very next day, it'll spall and chip when you're cutting. Well, I found with the fiber mesh in there, you don't get that. It holds it together, so you get a nice clean cut. You could probably even get a clean cut the same day if you really wanted to. And those cuts go right up and over the top of curb. Now this is the true test to see if the water drains off when you start pressure washing. So you can see all those lines are going in a lot of different directions. Kind of looks like, I think it's the Naztec lines from an aerial view. Alright, that wraps this video up. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button. That way you'll be notified as soon as we upload the next video. Have a good one.